Hi there, my name is Tim Michael. I'm the owner of Knife Maker Training, and welcome to our video here on YouTube as well as knifemakertraining.com. One of our free series where we take you on a walkthrough of Ed's complete shop. This is over an hour-long video, so we're going to cut it down to a few pieces for you, and I hope that you enjoy them. If you see it get cut off in a weird spot, I apologize. It's probably the best I could find in the amount of time that I want to give you per video. I don't want to overload you with a full 1 hour long video. Would like to cut it into pieces so that way you can enjoy learning a little bit about each part of Ed's shops. I hope that you enjoy this, and just to let you know, Ed Caffrey is an ABS mastersmith, and he is incredibly gifted with many years of experience in the industry. He's been selling knives for many years and is definitely desired by many other people interested in getting his training. He's had training for a long time that he does at his shop, but we've opened up something new with knifemakertraining.com where you can go there and now you can buy his guides online as well as some of the tools that he is selling that would definitely come in handy for you. You can check all that out at knifemakertraining.com. We're going to get you into the video. I hope that you enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching.
Next up, microwave. That's there for heating my breakfast and my coffee. So very important function for that. This is a little toaster oven that I picked up. Some guys will use a toaster oven for tempering. I've found it not to be very valuable for that just because a toaster oven fluctuates temperatures way too much for that application in my opinion. So what I've done is I've wrapped it with some Kea wool, tried to make it hold the heat as best as I can, and this is actually my Kydex oven. I even put a thermometer on top of it so I'd be able to tell the temp. Next up is pretty much an antique drill press. This is something I bought at a truckload tool sale, I would venture to say probably 25 years ago. It's still kicking. So I'm just going to keep it until it craps out on me and then we'll just go from there. This is kind of a cool little tool. As you can see, this is a Bergmaster. These are what we call turret drill presses. As you can see, there's 6 different stations on it. What's so cool about it is, one, it's a very rigid machine, which means there is no flex. Holes are drilled pretty much dead straight and true. The other thing I really like about it was when I got into building folders, I spent a tremendous amount of time just changing out drill bits. Put a drill bit in, put a reamer in, put another drill bit in, put a reamer in. With this, I can literally load up the drill size I need, follow that up with a reamer, and in some cases, depending on the particular folder that I'm producing, I may only need one size hole. And quite frankly, between the Bergmaster and the tapping head, I can drill and tap holes just in no time at all. I'll flip this on real fast. I've got all of my major machines, buffer, drill presses, disc grinders. I have them mounted on foot switches. This is a safety thing for me. Most of the time you have to flip a switch on or off. What I've found is if something goes bad, something gets away from you or something like that, you don't have time to reach up and turn off a switch. With these, you step on it, the drill press comes on, you do your work. If something goes wrong, you just step back and everything shuts down. So I would, if you're a serious knife maker, you spend a great deal of time in your shop, foot switches, as far as I'm concerned, are the way to go. What's so cool about this little machine is here's my pull down for the drill head. But more importantly, when you go up, there's a detent located on it that when you push the handle back, it rotates to the next turret. Very handy little machine to have. Also, and I talked about it in the lighting video, pretty much everything I have in here, I have LED drop lights or bulbs or things like that. And that's probably just because I'm getting old, my eyesight's getting bad, but I find the more light the better. Next up in the shop, I've had this machine for about 2 years. This is a Grizzly benchtop mill. It's called the Grizzly G0704. You know, for what it is, being an import tool, it's a pretty nice little machine. I think delivered, if I remember correctly, I think getting it here, cost the machine plus shipping might have been around $1,350. It's a great little machine for doing small jobs. What I have found with it is anything bigger than about 1/4 or 3/8 inch end mill, anything bigger than that is too much. Overall, what I particularly like about it is this has a up and down feed that tells you in thousandths the depth you're cutting stuff. This comes in really handy when I'm cutting pockets for bearings and folders, so I can get them pretty much dead nuts on. Again, another light. Never have enough light. Over here is where I have projects that are either in process or will be in process, along with receipts. This particular piece, I know a lot of people are looking at it and going, man, what is that? This was actually a demo piece. Basically just to show how we make modern day Damascus. It is the 1080 and 15N20 steels. You know, here's the bars. It's welded together here. And then one side a hollow ground, the other side a flat ground, and then just etched them to show what the differences are. Over here, these are all of my test knives. I won't say all of them, but the important ones. This is my ABS Journeyman Smith test knife, all the way from 1994. And this is my ABS Mastersmith test knife from 2000. The others are just various either practice runs I made for those. This particular one was the last knife that I built out of SUJ2, which is European 52-100, and that was the last cutting competition that I entered and won. As we get over here, this is really where all the finishing stuff takes place. As you can see, I've got knives in process. I've got a granite flat plate here. I've got kind of a padded assembly area where I can just kind of assemble things. All kinds of tools hanging around. All of my little drawers full of this, that, and the other, and the things that I use. Of course, very important, the stereo, wired to all the speakers in the shop. You know, I've become a big fan of all these magnetic bars. I've got them screwed up all over the shop. I mean, it's just handy. Little bit of pegboard behind the bench just to hold the pliers and various things like that. Up on top, the polishes, the waxes, Q-tips, very important part of my shop. Over here, I've got a rack that I keep all of my various sandpapers in. Here's a little something I really like. This is actually part of an old archery target. I'm not sure, I think it's a product called Ethafoam, but it got to the point where it was, arrows were passing through, and so I just cut the thing up and thought, man, that'll make good little file stands and things like that. So you'll see some of that around the shop too.